Cycle Solutions is your one-stop shop for upgrades and service. Cycle Solutions, Fort Myers, and CycleSolutions.com. Taking your bike from the street to the strip.
Hi, this is Chris Waddell from Cycle Solutions. I'm standing here with one of our techs, Tracy. We're here to talk about a bike with a problem. It's got a persistent leaky shift shaft seal. We're making this video so we can kind of show the difference in the shift shafts between the 6-speed and the 5-speed. This particular bike's got quite the history with it, and we figured out that the actual shift shaft itself is worn on the brass bushing that it rides in. This bike is a clean bike, but it's got 160,000 kilometers of city riding around Fort Myers and wherever else. But so what I want to talk about is how you would properly install a shift shaft seal and the difference between the two. This is a James Gaskets seal, and it's hard to look at it just with the camera up close, but this is a double lipped seal versus the single. Yeah. This particular bike's had, what now, three shift shaft seals installed, and we just want to talk about, we hope that this one will cure it, but we're betting that it won't. Our customer really doesn't want to spend any money on the bike. We're going to give it our best shot. Agreed? Agreed. I'm going to let Tracy kind of talk about how he installs one of these, and you'll just have to imagine for the sake of the video that the primary is off the bike. The shift shaft seal is located directly underneath the shift shaft. It's what enters the transmission and it forces the cogs to move. Okay?
So what we do when we have the shaft exposed is we take a little bit of cellophane, wrap the shaft with the cellophane, and what this does is prevent the teeth from cutting your new seal.
And it does do a good job, as you will nick them.
And then they will leak. So what you do is slide it on, pull your plastic off, and then use your proper tool to set it to the proper depth. You can either use the specialty tool, or what we use is a socket. That works just the same. So with that, you should have a non-leaking shift shaft seal if nothing is wore out or broken.
So imagine that this is inside the engine, so this is your case and that's your seal, and it's basically flush. There's a washer that you'll then put back on, okay, and it spaces perfectly to a small groove right there. Then there's a circlip that you put on, and that just keeps it from moving inward, so it's in the right location as it sits right there. This particular shift shaft is clean. There's just the smallest amount of wear from the seal itself and the bushing. I suspect that this one's worn badly. Now, we just decided we wanted to test, a $50 tool versus a socket we already had, so we installed the same seal both times. This tool has a recessed lip, so then it goes in the case, it stops, pushes the seal to the exact right depth in the case. The socket, well, you know where it goes, you just tap it to where it's just slightly recessed, maybe even not, depends on the shift, because there's a lot of variables here. You got the weld, so that the length of this can be, a few thousandths difference. Bottom line is, you don't got to buy this, you can use this to do that job. You just want to make sure the teeth are covered so you don't ruin the seal. This is the #1 thing that we see leaking on a Harley, wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
The new 6-speeds, if you look at the difference in the size of the seal, this thing's tiny compared to the 2. The shaft itself is quite a lot thicker.
Bigger in diameter.
It's bigger in diameter, shorter to make room for the 6th gear, but this particular piece will actually go right over it. So in the case of a 6-speed, you don't even have to mess with this. So this is the 5-speed stuff, that the actual shaft is the same thickness as the teeth that hold the shifter shaft in place. So we'll give her our best go here. We've got her filled up with Lucas primary fluid and Lucas transmission fluid, but I do think it's going to leak, and if it does and it comes back, we'll be doing a shift shaft. We'll do a video on that. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure you like us on Facebook. Check us out on CycleSolutions.com. If you want to be notified when new videos from Cycle Solutions are released, hit the like and subscribe button to follow us.